All summer long, they were overhead, more lifted up than I. To come to their final place in earth, they had to pass me by. All summer long, I thought I heard them threatening under their breath. And when they came, it seemed with a will to carry me with them to death. They spoke to the fugitive in my heart as if it were leaf to leaf. They tapped at my eyelids and touched my lips with an invitation to grief. But it was no reason I had to go, because they had to go. Now, up to my knees to keep on top of another year of snow. And I wanted to thank everyone for coming and see if there was anybody else who wanted to read. Was there someone else who wanted to read? Worthy Kelly.
So, I chose a poem by a very favorite poet of mine, Seamus Heaney. Part of it is because he's very Irish.
Yay!
And I'm very Irish. I didn't really discover that I was very Irish. I wasn't brought up to feel very Irish. But the first time I went to Ireland as a young woman, I knew I was Irish. I just identified so much with the earth, and it turned me on to Irish literature, which led me to Seamus Heaney, and this poem, which I love. It's called Digging. And it's from a volume of his called Death of a Naturalist. And here's how it goes. Between my finger and my thumb, the squat pen rests, snug as a gun. Under my window, a clean, rasping sound. When the spade sinks into gravelly ground, my father digging. I look down till his straining rump among the flower beds bends low, comes up 20 years away, stooping in rhythm through potato drills where he was digging. Against the inside knee was levered firmly. He rooted out tall tops, buried the bright edge deep to scatter new potatoes that we picked, loving their cool hardness in our hands. By God, the old man could handle a spade just like his old man. My grandfather cut more turf in a day than any man on Tomer's Bog. Once I carried him a milk bottle, corked sloppily with paper. He straightened up to drink it, then fell to right away nicking and slicing neatly, heaving sods over his shoulder, going down and down for the good turf, digging. The cold smell of potato mold, the squelch and slap of hot, soggy peat, the curt cut of an edge through living roots awoken in my head. But I've no spade to follow men like them. Between my finger and my thumb, the squat pen rests. I'll dig with it.
Well, I believe everybody's had a chance to read, but I thought I would say, if anybody wants to read a second poem, it's fine.
I've never been. I was upstairs getting stuff printed and somebody mentioned there was a poetry reading. I was like, oh good, I wanted to catch one of those. I wanted to see what's up. Is there a theme? Is it everybody reading other poets? Yes.
Other poets, a poem that's special to you.
Okay.
And we have a poetry circle here 5 times a year that I do. We have a poetry circle to discuss other people's poems. We're doing Mary Oliver this month. And then next month we're doing Sharon Olds.
Okay, so it's always other, does anybody ever read their own poems?
Well, not for this, not for this particular one.
Okay, I was going to say, I have a poem, a friend of mine actually just got from him the other day. He is published. It's actually hanging in the Civil Rights Museum. I didn't know this, and he gave me a copy the other day, and I actually cried when I read it.
Yes, would you read it? Okay. Yeah, I mean, there are lots of, this is National Poetry Month, the cruelest month, because everybody tries to smash as many poems as possible into this one month. Okay, so there are a lot of readings that are going on. I mean, I'm doing some readings, and other people here are probably doing readings. But this particular one was just the kind of poem that you really love, somebody else's poem. But would you like to read it?
I will, because I could use the practice too, so. I was doing yard work and I came here to get printouts, so please forgive my sloppy approach. Can I sit and read it? Am I loud enough?
Sure, you can
Sit and stand?
No, why don't you come up here?
Okay. So my friend wrote this. It's a gentleman, Charlie Cody. He's a poet and a lyricist. He's an old friend of mine. I go upstate and see him every once in a while and help him out. I knew he wrote, but I didn't know he had this. I saw a picture on his wall, and it was him sitting between two very happy, smiling folks, and he told me it was because they just signed his poem underneath Obama's signature. So apparently Obama somehow signed this before he was president, and I believe it's hanging in the Civil Rights Museum. So and Charlie has a book. I actually looked it up because I didn't know all this beforehand, so I will read it. And it's called A Long Time Coming, and so here I go. Been 40 years, been come and gone since that fateful day when 3 men disappeared down Mississippi way. Yet they were lynched and killed like the slaughter of the lamb. Their bodies were dug up beneath the earthen dam. 7 of 8 were convicted on violation of civil rights. The 8th man walked scot-free when the judge, sorry, I think I texted him though. Just lost my spot, I'm sorry. The 8th man walked scot-free when the judge turned out the lights. For them that lost their loved ones, it's been too long a wait, but sometimes God gives justice, even when it's late. Yet there are those who like to see this killer walk out free, even though this shocking crime went down in history. Seems now a lot has changed in a different kind of way. Lynchings are now illegal since just the other day. Will justice wear her blindfold come this time around, or will she be raped again when the verdict's handed down? Yes, 40 years has come and gone, and come a long, long way since those 3 men disappeared on a hot Mississippi day. And oh yes there, mister, I hope you've heard the news. I'm now as free as you to wear these brand new shoes. So that's Charlie Cody. I'll tell him I read it.
Okay.
You're a good friend.
Thank you. I always thought he was a musician, and then I just found out he had all these poems and he has a book. It's like I looked it up, I looked him up, I was like, oh my gosh, Charlie, I didn't know you did all this. Because I go up and just help him out. I take him to do laundry and do shopping and listen to him play some songs. Sometimes we'll go to the Colony up in Woodstock and he'll play a new song or read a new poem, but I didn't actually realize how long and invested he had been doing this. So
Yeah,
I
a lot of
surprised.
closet poets and closet poet readers.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you all for
you.
coming. Actually, I don't want to, if anybody has to leave, that's fine, because I know some people really have a tight schedule today. But if anybody wants to hang around, please eat some of my candy, because otherwise my husband and I will have to. And anyway, if you'd like to stay and do another poem, that would be great. And also, there are poems I did put up here. These are poems by local poets. There is a local poets section up there, right as you walk in the door on the left, that the library has. These are famous poets over here. And I just put out some poems that I have gathered and printed out. If anybody wants to pick up one of those, you're welcome to take one of those home. Celebration of poetry. You want to read another one too?
Yeah, I'll read another one.
Okay, well, let's see. Does anybody have to leave before we have to? Okay. I figured.
I have to leave, actually. I have other grandchildren that age. I need to go see them. So